Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is going to be the 20 challenge in 30 days of React JavaScript. So here you can see we have another problem statement, which is design and implement a robust solution for handling asynchronous API calls in React application using custom hooks. The goal is to create a reusable and efficient mechanism for making API requests, managing loading and error states, and handling the lifecycle of the data fetching process. So basically we have to create a custom hook for fetch API call, and we have to build three things basically. First is for the managing the state, another is for the loading state, and third is for the error handling. So if you are new to my channel, make sure that you like and subscribe my channel so that you don't miss the awesome videos. So let's get started. So I will create a custom hook with the help of use keyword, and I will write use api.jsx. So you can use this logic in anywhere in the hierarchy of the component tree. So I will create one React arrow functional component export, and here I will create one variable const API URL, and for the API URL you can navigate to your Chrome browser and you can write REST countries API. So it is basically a fake API server which gives you a list of countries also, and with the images. So you can use this API and you can also read this documentation. So I will scroll down and you can see this link here. I will copy this link, and when you hit this API, I just remove the flag parameter, and when I hit this API I will get array of objects with the name field basically. So you can use this API for playing with this response, and you can also read the documentation of that. So yeah, I will copy this API. Now I will create one useeffect, and inside useeffect we are going to call our API. So I will create one function fetch data, and it will accept API URL. I will remove this third parameter, and now I will copy this function, and I have to define this function also. So I will write const fetch data arrow function of JavaScript, and it will accept a URI basically because I have already passed the API URL. So we have to accept here URI, and now with the help of try catch method in JavaScript we are going to fetch an API call. So first we have to make some state. So for that we will create some state. One is for the data, final will be set data, and initially it will be null. You can also give the initial state to an empty array. Then I need a loading state basically, and initially it will be true, and then I need an error also, error state basically. So I will write error and set error, and initially it will be null. Now inside try method, first I will set the set loading to true. Now I will write const response is equals to await fetch URI. So I have to make the function asynchronous also for using the await word. Now I will write const incoming data is equals to await response to JSON, convert the response to JSON. Now I will update my final state to set data from initially null to incoming data. Now in the catch method I will update my set error to error, and I will create another block which is finally. So after all the process got success, API will go to the final block and set loading will become false. So this is basically a basic logic for fetching an API call. Now instead of returning the JSX, I will return these states so that I can use into the component. So I will return data, loading, and error. I can use these three in my challenge20.jsx component. So now after saving this file, I will go to my challenge20 and I will create React arrow functional component export, and I will import use API from custom hook use API, and now I will destructure the data, loading, and error from use API. So if I log the data, Okay, so let's see. If I go to my server, I will write localhost slash, so I just forgot my route basically. So I will go to my app.jsx file to see the route. It is challenge 20 basically. So if I hit this and go to my console, so usestate is not defined. Okay, my bad, I have to import usestate in use API also. So I will import usestate and useeffect both. Now I think it should work. Yeah, you will see 250 data containing array of objects, and in the network also you can see the data status code 200, and in the response you will see the data with array of objects. So now we have to map our data. So now we will make some modification of HTML part. So we will go back our challenge 20 file, and now here we will modify our HTML. We will write section dot main page div dot row dot container, and I will give a h1, and inside h1 I will give one class name landing heading, and inside landing heading I will write data from API. After that, first I will check if it is in loading state, then I will copy this h1 and I will show loading, means API fetch is in progress. Now after that I will write data. Now we have to map the data basically. So we will make null check data and means data if present then only map the data. Inside data I will extract the item. Now I will create one another div. Inside I will write column md4. I have to give the key basically item.id. Key is a special string attribute we should always include when we are creating array of elements. Now inside this div you can navigate to bootstrap. So I will navigate to bootstrap basically for copy some HTML. Okay, so you can use this, it is a popular framework. So I will search for cards and I will copy this card from here, come back to my HTML, paste it here. Now I have to make some modification. So I will remove this image tag, we don't want this, and so it is a JSX, so I have to modify the class also to class name. So yeah, now it is pretty good, and we have to remove the styling also. We will give another class card wrap, and margin bottom will be 2. So now I have to check the response so that I can map the data. So here inside name we have the common and the official, so we will map these two. So now we will write item dot name if present. We are making null check, so it is basically a good practice for making null checks. So if item dot name is present, then item dot name dot common. If it is not, then name. So if the item dot name is present, then only we will show the common data, and if it is not, then it will show the name one basically. And in the paragraph we will do the same thing. We will copy this, go to the response, and we will copy this official item dot name dot official, and if not present, then only official. And we will remove this go somewhere button. So after doing this, if I save this file, and you can see we have this data from an API basically, and we have mapped the data. We have a custom CSS. Our most of the CSS are coming from the bootstrap basically. So yeah, this is it. So you can also modify this part of code. You can add some more css and you can add some more logic, like you can enhance the user experience basically. And one thing more, we have to represent the error also. So if the by chance the API fell, so I will write if a statement, if error has occurred, then I will return one HTML. I will copy this h1 and I will return the HTML. I will write error dot message error. So that is something. So yeah, we have implemented our logic. We have this use API custom hook for making an API call, and you can use this use API in any other component or further down to the component hierarchy. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any doubt regarding this, so let me know in the comment section. And till then, thank you for watching.